But we've been doing that. I've been playing a lot of PlayStation and watching a lot of films and catching up on film history and like I said, drinking a lot. I actually said this weekend that I was going to stop drinking for a week. I was going to have a week off, and then literally Monday morning, I've got my own prop. Ryan Reynolds sent me a case of gin.
Oh, really?
So as I literally was like, this morning I'm not drinking the whole week. I'm not drinking at all. And then literally the doorbell rang, and there was a case of gin from lovely Ryan. So I think
that's
we'll have to drink
Deadpool trying to corrupt Spider-Man is what's going on here.
It says here on the box, it says some friendly neighborhood spider gin. Love, Ryan.
If I'm wrong, correct me, but I believe you were supposed to start shooting Spider-Man in July. Is that still the plan?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I was in Berlin making a film called Uncharted with Mark Wahlberg, and we were all ready to go. We went to set for day one shooting, and then we got shut down, and we all got sent home. So whether we shoot that movie first or we shoot Spider-Man first, I'm unclear. But I don't know. But both movies are being made, and they're both really strong, and the scripts are fantastic. So whatever happens, happens. But I'm ready to play both. I mean, I've played Spider-Man enough now. I could play him tomorrow. So ready to go.
I'm speaking with Thor tomorrow, and I was wondering if you've been video chatting with your fellow Avengers.
I spoke to Jake Gyllenhaal the other day. We were chatting about doing a Peloton class together. We've been trying to get on the same bike and train together. So I look like a complete idiot. And then I actually FaceTimed Downey a couple of days ago, and he was in the bath.
Ah, interesting. Huh? How romantic. Yeah. Gotcha.
But we've also been doing these pub quizzes, these massive pub quizzes, where we've done one with the Cherry Crew. So the Russo brothers have been involved.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Tom Holland Spider-Man 3 video. I'll also explain what's going on with the other Marvel movies during 2021 and the Uncharted movie that Tom Holland is making right now, too. That's right. If you ever believed that they were going to do an Uncharted movie, they're finally making it right now. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We'll do a new Amazon giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and let me know what kind of big Spider-Man movie crossover you want to see during Marvel Phase 4. So we'll just number these as we go along, starting with number 5. Tom Holland went on Jimmy Kimmel a little while ago to promote Spider-Man 3 and a couple of his other movies and talk about how Ryan Reynolds won't stop trolling him in real life. He made another movie with the Russo brothers after Avengers Endgame called Cherry that's going to be coming out later this year that you'll be able to see. And he even made a movie with Batman himself, Robert Pattinson, called Devil All the Time. That's why if you zoom and enhance in the background here, it's got that Devil All the Time banner hanging behind him on his bookshelf. He's not trying to joke around or anything like that. That's not a Mephisto Easter egg, even though there's a lot of Mephisto rumors about stuff during Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. And this is his house that he lives in most of the time. Pretty much all the interviews that you see on talk shows right now are people Zooming or Skyping from their houses just because it's so hard to go into a studio. I think some of the talk shows just started filming back in their studios though, so that'll change in the next month or two. The good news is that Hollywood has started filming stuff again, especially overseas, so that's why you're hearing about all these movies getting started again right now. The other big movie that he's talking about during this is obviously the Uncharted movie that Sony is making. A lot of you seem like you're finding out about it for the first time too, like you didn't know that Sony was making Uncharted with Spider-Man himself and Mark Wahlberg. Tom Holland is playing Nathan Drake, obviously. He just posted this picture from the set as they're getting started. Mark Wahlberg originally tried to get the movie made years ago, but for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. He got too old to play Nathan Drake, so that's why Tom Holland is playing Nathan Drake, and Mark Wahlberg is now playing the Sully character. That movie is also supposed to come out during 2021, so if you're a big Uncharted fan, that's also happening right now. Number 4, though, you also probably recognize Spider-Man's suit that he's wearing during this, surprising Jimmy Kimmel's son for his birthday. He's actually wearing a version of the homemade suit that he keeps at his house from Spider-Man Homecoming. Like all actors try to steal stuff from the set or big props or stuff that they really loved while they were making movies. He's even wearing a cloth mask over his face. The only thing that's missing here is the special goggles that he created before Iron Man gave him the Stark Tech suit with the auto-irising ability.
Let's see who's on the screen. Does that guy look familiar to you?
Hey, what's up, Billy?
Is that Spidey?
Let me take this off so I can see you better.
Hold on, let's see.
That is Peter Parker.
Probably the funniest part of this, though, 3, is when he talks about how Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, has been trolling him in real life while he's been trying to get dry, sending him a case of aviation gin for free with the message, some friendly neighborhood spider gin, just making all the Deadpool Spider-Man jokes that he possibly can. Ryan Reynolds himself has actually been very active during the big quarantine period. He's been doing a bunch of charity stuff in addition to posting a bunch of Deadpool stuff. But if you do follow him on social, he has been posting a ton of Deadpool stuff recently. He's mostly focused on trolling Hugh Jackman with Wolverine Deadpool stuff in the X-Men universe and in Tom Holland Spider-Man stuff.
That fell apart quickly. Ooh. Guess it's just you and me, Logan.
I guess so.
You know what that makes this a reunion for?
X-Men Origins reunite. Yeah.
But Ryan Reynolds was watching this interview while it was happening, watching Tom Holland talk about trying to get dry, trying not to drink for a week, and then all of a sudden Ryan Reynolds sends me this giant case of booze. You can see all of his posts here, like, oh no, how could I have known? Although if you ever do start a gin brand, you could call it Holland. Aviation Gin is a real brand, though, that Ryan Reynolds bought 2 years ago. So if you wonder why he keeps posting all these parody commercials and clips for this gin brand, that's why. He even did a big one with Hugh Jackman that's pretty funny. Just them trolling each other with Deadpool Wolverine stuff like they have some sort of real life behind the scenes feud, although this is meant to be a parody. I know everyone wants to see some Deadpool Spider-Man crossover, Deadpool Wolverine crossover in the MCU, but they could always give him a small cameo in somebody else's movie in some funny post-credit scene that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the actual plot of the movie. But number 2, important stuff. When Tom Holland is talking about filming Spider-Man 3 in the Uncharted movie, originally he was supposed to be filming Spider-Man 3 right now before the big virus shutdown and everybody had to go into quarantine. Even though it sucks, it is kind of funny that they literally had to cancel filming the Uncharted movie earlier this year on the second day of work because of the virus. He didn't even make it 2 days on that movie. What Sony wound up doing to reschedule both of these movies, though, is they decided to film Spider-Man 3 and the Uncharted movie back-to-back without giving Tom Holland any breaks in between, kind of the same way they filmed Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. The only difference with the way that they filmed those two Marvel movies is technically they did it at the same time. Like the Avengers actors said that they weren't sure some days if the scenes they were filming were for Infinity War or if they were for Avengers Endgame. So right now, literally as I'm posting this video, Tom Holland is starting to film the Uncharted movie. That will last till at least around September for him. Then they're supposed to start filming Spider-Man 3 around September. No hard dates on that yet because it just depends on how things go while they're filming Uncharted. But they will be doing Spider-Man 3 for the rest of the year after that, and probably a little bit during the early part of next year. So if you remember all the cool behind-the-scenes clips and all the previews that we got while they were filming Spider-Man Far From Home, I'll do videos like that when they are filming Spider-Man 3. It'll be the exact same situation for the most part. Spider-Man 3 isn't coming out till November 2021. So for those of you that are wondering when the Spider-Man 3 trailer is going to release, that's probably going to be sometime around March with the Morbius movie, maybe just a little bit after that, and probably a brand new Venom 2 trailer around that time too. But number 1, here's the crazy thing with the whole Venom 2 and Morbius of it all, because we have all those Spider-Man Easter eggs. Now the Morbius movie's coming out in March, Venom 2 coming out in June, Spider-Man 3 coming out in November, so there is sort of this crossover Spider-Man Sinister 6 stuff that's going on through the movies. You also have the Spider-Man versus Venom Tom Holland crossover stuff that they're trying to set up. I've already done a couple videos about what's going on with these Morbius Spider-Man Easter eggs and why it seems like they're teasing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man instead of Tom Holland. Most of that is just a smokescreen. Eventually it'll all make sense and it'll be more about Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Easter eggs for that. Then you have all the pictures that Tom Hardy has been posting of Venom versus Spider-Man. He's just trying to get people hyped up for Venom versus Spider-Man eventually in the movies. The other big 2021 Marvel movies that are coming up are Marvel Eternals, the Loki Avengers Endgame spinoff, Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is kind of like Marvel's remake of Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, only with an actual dragon, Spider-Man 3, of course, the Morbius movie, Venom 2, Marvel's What If series, and then the Hawkeye series, which is supposed to be at the end of next year. There's a bunch of really big stuff coming next year. Things will get better in terms of really cool content coming from the studios. So of course I'll do Easter egg videos for everything, but leave all your requests in the comments below. And let me know, what kind of big Venom, Spider-Man, and Deadpool crossovers do you want to see in the upcoming movies? While you wait for everything, click here for my brand new Deadpool 3 Ryan Reynolds video, and click here for my brand new Lucifer Season 5 Netflix trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.